So in question number 14, we are asked to find Ginny's 3 test scores given the median, the mean, and the range. So just setting up an equation here, we know that if we're finding the 3 test scores, we have x1, x2, x3, those equal our test scores. And we can see what we are already given, so we know her median score on the 3 tests was 90, so x2 equals 90, given the definition of the median. Moving on, we know that her range was 6, and the definition of the range tells us that the range is the highest value subtracted by the lowest value. So here we have 6 because that is our range. 6 equals x3 minus x1, our highest and lowest value. Therefore, we can rewrite that and say x3 minus x1 equals 6. Then moving on, we know that her mean score was 92. And the definition of mean is the sum of scores over the number of scores. So writing this down, keep in mind the mean is 92, so 92 equals the sum of scores, so that'll be x1 plus x2 plus x3 over the number of scores. So keep in mind we're looking for her 3 test scores, so there are 3 test scores. And then we know that the median was 90, and that is equal to x2, so we are going to replace x2 with 90. Then by doing some algebra, we're going to take that over 3, and then 92, we're going to multiply by 3. X3 there. And then after multiplying this, if I did this right, this equals 276. And then we are going to subtract 90 from both sides. So 276 subtract 90 equals x1 plus x3. Then when we do the math there, we get 186. So after finding our range in the equation for our mean, we can set up an equation to find the 2 remaining test scores. So just take an arrow up here. So here we're going to have x3 minus x1 plus x3 plus x1 equals, then we have 6 for our range and 186 that we found down here. So 186. And then we're going to use our FOIL method, and when we do that we get 2x3. We do the math, that equals 192. And then after that we're going to divide by 2. We're left with x3 equals 96 once we simplify that. So 96 is one of our test scores, and then to find the other, we are going to take 96 plus x1 because we were finding the first test score. Set that equal to 186 that we found down there. And here we have x1, so we're going to subtract 96 from both sides. So x1, so 186 minus 96. When we subtract that, we get x1 equals 90. So here we have x1, so our first test score will be 90. Keep in mind that we are given the median, and that was 90. So that'll be our second test score, and we found our third test score right here, 96. So these were our 3 test scores, 90, 90, and 96.